All right, folks. Welcome back to the TNT show. We got college football playoffs. Not a whole lot to talk about outside of that. We got a couple of things we're gonna hit on, but right off the bat, obviously, let's talk about the elephant in the room. No pun intended. My Crimson Tide. They play the Sooners in a rematch at Oklahoma. Who you got?
Honestly, based on what I've seen when they play Georgia, it brings concerns. One, you can't run the ball. So that's a little worrisome. Ty Simpson these last 4 or 5 weeks has looked not very good. I don't think it's all on him. Obviously, they can't run the ball, so you're going to throw a pick when you got to throw it 30, 40 times a game. And that just it is what it is. I think I'm going to have to lean Oklahoma. I mean, Alabama got exposed a little by Georgia. I know Georgia's a way better team than Oklahoma, but them not being able to run the ball, I don't know if they can beat them.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I
from
just
what?
said, he's going to turn the ball over. He's throwing the ball too much.
Yeah, from what I took out of that game when they lost the first time, it was a narrow victory for Oklahoma. They only beat Bama by 2. And Bama spotted them 17 points from turnovers.
Yeah.
Outright, they only scored 6 points from actually having to take the ball full field.
I
So
will say that is Oklahoma's downfall. Their offense is not. They just don't score a lot of points, but man, their defense I think they have the most turnovers by a defense. I think I could be wrong, but
you could be right, but their defense is, I mean, they get after you, they create a lot of turnovers. They put their team in a good position to win games like that, like how they beat Bama that first time and how they've won other games during the season. So,
well,
um,
you already know that Oklahoma just watched that Georgia tape. So you got to find a run game with
well,
whoever
I
it is.
mean, in that Georgia tape though, Jam Miller didn't play in the SEC championship game, and he was kind of toting it against Georgia earlier in the season. Again, I'm not saying one player makes that much of a difference, but I
Do you
mean,
think he would have made a difference in that game?
I think he could have based on how he was playing in the last couple of games
I
before he
just
got
say
hurt.
this because one, he would have been a way better pass blocker, way better, because them freshmen, Kirby Smart and their defense was just blitzing, and them freshman running backs really didn't know what to do. You know, they were having to put tight ends back.
Yeah,
And again, your best tight end didn't even play.
that too.
So I think if they come back healthy, I think they can. I think that they might could pull it out, but I don't know.
Hard.
I like Oklahoma. It's on the
I mean,
road, but
for
like you
me,
said, this is do or die. I don't know if I want to pull out all my tricks,
yeah,
but I mean, at the end of the day, you want to win, so you somewhat need to pull out something. Let me ask you this: I know some people were saying it. Do you pull Ty Simpson if he struggles?
yes.
Do you do it?
That's not even a question. I mean, and again, I gotta reference it. Nick Saban on the national championship stage pulled his quarterback who only lost one game as a starter in favor of a freshman,
Well, that's
and they
because
ended up
Jalen
winning.
Hurts couldn't throw the ball.
Well, I mean, it's not
Tua
even that.
could.
It's the fact that he was struggling. I mean, you put the game in the hands of a freshman quarterback
Yeah,
who
I
had limited
mean,
playing time all season.
yeah, but maybe he saw well with that offense. It really didn't much matter. I think you could have stuck anybody in there. He could just throw the ball. Well,
So
you could do it, and then Oklahoma's not going to be ready for whoever you throw, obviously. I'm sure I'm sure it's probably on their mind. Like, okay, if he gets hurt, this is who they're probably going to play. So
Honestly,
maybe you do
though,
it.
that Georgia tape is hard to use because they were missing a lot of key guys offensively. Like you said, the tight end, their best tight end, he was out,
Yeah, the
and
running
you,
back,
your top running back was out. So you didn't really see Alabama's offense at like what its
Ryan
supposed
Williams is.
peak.
I don't even know if he's on the team. He hadn't done anything in all season.
Oh goodness.
So I don't know. I don't know what he's got going on. If they're trying to let him do things he shouldn't be, or what. But he disappeared. He was supposed to be the best receiver in football, and he hadn't. I don't even know if he's been playing, but he
I
had.
mean,
Well, one, he can't catch.
he definitely
He
has
dropped
had
a
a
wide open. It hit him right in the hands. He just dropped it.
he definitely has had a down season. I'll give you that, but
I think
you
I
just
think
gotta.
it's when he got hurt. I think he got a little. He's kind of little.
You think he got a little shook?
I think so because they're sending him in the middle on like slants and stuff. Like he's too little to be doing that. That's where Bernard needs to come in. He's that bigger, more physical receiver. Williams need to be running go routes. Just throw it to him. What you did last year, Milrow just
Uh,
couldn't throw him the
You
ball.
you just need to get him the ball in open space and let him go make a play.
Yeah, yeah. You just got. He's the guard. We're gonna go make a play. You can't just send him in the middle. He's too little.
Yeah, he gonna
He
get
gonna get
cracked by a
killed.
linebacker.
Why
Yeah,
he got that concussion? Anyway, I don't want to talk about the Oregon Ole Miss. They're gonna kill James Madison and Tulane.
I'm just saying. If they don't,
You never
you
know.
never know.
But Ole Miss already beat Tulane by 30 points already, so not
I
really
mean,
too
let's
concerned
be
about that.
honest though. This is not basketball, so the likelihood of either of those teams upsetting the higher seed is really
Oh
small.
yeah, this is a little bit different. I mean, Ole Miss can probably come out and run the ball every play. They got it pretty easy. They lost their coach. Well, they kind of threw you a bone with Tulane, so you can get you don't want to overlook them now because you could get beat. But I mean, they're already like a 20-point favorite, them and Oregon, so I don't really want to talk about them. Miami, Texas A&M, I think that'll probably be the best game. I
Nah,
think that'll be warm.
Oklahoma, Alabama is easily going to be the best game to watch. But I think this is one of those games where it's either going to be close or one of these teams is going to get blowed out, depending on which team
I
comes to
don't
play.
see Oklahoma. I don't see Oklahoma doing that. They just can't score. And
Well, no,
like
I'm
you
talking
said,
about.
Alabama's defense is good enough that unless it gets away from them, the only way they'd get blowed out is if Ty Simpson got hurt. I think
Well,
that'd be about the only way.
yeah, no, I'm talking about. I'm talking about Texas A&M Miami. It's either going to be
Oh
a
yeah,
close game.
you never know what's going to happen with them. Yeah, you
Look,
got two quarterbacks that are very up and down. Miami, I mean, they. I don't know how good their defense is. I know it's better than it was, but I don't know if they've played an offense explosive like Texas A&M. But
yeah.
Texas kind of showed you. But I don't know if Miami's got a defense like Texas. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't see Miami having a defense like
And
Texas
again,
or South Carolina. Because you remember that not too long ago, South Carolina was up 30-3. I'm not letting that go. So
yeah,
If you're Miami, there's two tapes you want to watch. You want to see what South Carolina did to get up that big, and you want to see what Texas did. Basically, you want to see what both teams did defensively to
I think if you
fluster.
could, you got to let Marcel Reed beat you throwing the ball. You can't let him just run all over you.
Well, there's that too. I think Texas A&M, their key player to shut down is, well, what's his name? Malachi Tony. He's nice. That receiver that they got from Miami, he is nice. He's just a freshman too. He's nice.
Because A&M's got a pretty decent defense. That defensive end they got, he's going to go probably top 10. He is a monster. And I don't know how good. It'll probably be a shootout, I think.
So if it's
Miami, and
me,
now the only thing is, though, what Carson Beck are you going to see? Are you going to see the one that they lost in 3 games in a row? Or do you see the
yeah,
one that was potentially the Heisman frontrunner at the beginning of the season? They were cooking. And then all of a sudden, Carson Beck came out and was like, oh, wait a minute. And he looked like he did his last year at Georgia. Looked terrible.
yeah. But I think I'm gonna roll with the SEC in this game. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I'm gonna be biased. SEC. I got Texas A&M.
Yeah, I just feel like Texas A&M might be a little too much for Miami. Like
No, you
I,
gotta say it. You gotta say it.
I think Texas A&M just might be a little too physical for him. I don't know if the only thing that was going to go in Miami's favor is Carson Beck played in the SEC for 3 years, so
True.
you're not throwing anything at him that he has. The only thing I'd be a little concerned about is A&M got a little exposed against Texas, unless they did it on purpose
It's
to
hard to
not
say.
get the bye. I don't know.
I don't think they would do that to themselves though.
But again, I said A&M's defense is pretty good, but I mean they have had some teams score some points.
Also
They
true.
just scored more. So, but their offense just so explosive, it's hard for their defense to, they get tired because they're scoring a lot. They can score a lot of points. I mean, that's basically it. Because I mean, unless James Madison somehow can beat Oregon, Oregon's a 20-point favorite, and Ole Miss is a 20-point favorite. So I don't see. I am curious to see how Ole Miss looks. You're not really going to get to see how good they really are without Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what they look like. So, but like I said, they kind of got it favorable. You get to go in and play Tulane, maybe try some things, try some plays, because you got to go play Georgia again. So Georgia's on this. They got to play multiple teams twice, and that's the only loss
Yeah.
Ole Miss has is to Georgia.
Yeah. I
So
mean, we always say it's tough to beat a team twice. So Georgia better be.
the only thing I will say is Ole Miss doesn't have a head coach. No disrespect to Pete Golding, but Kirby Smart gonna throw everything and everything at him. It
Yeah. I
is what it
mean, you're
is.
as Pete Golding, you're thrust into the national spotlight with the Ole Miss team that finally broke through and got in the playoffs, but you just
Yeah.
happen to be the replacement head. They already announced that he's like the full head coach. Like it's no
Oh
interim,
yeah.
no tag or nothing like that. So
I
this is
kind of
his
figured
team.
he has the most experience. I mean, he's been a
So
head coach before. It's not like he
yeah,
hasn't.
I mean we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, anyway, speaking of, let's jump to something else. DJ Lagway entered the portal today. Um, I'm not shocked. I'm a little shocked. I'm not really like super shocked because I mean, he was hurt. You know, obviously Florida fired their coach. They brought in a new coach. You don't know what they're going to look like. Time is of the essence now. So maybe he should. I don't know where he's going to go. You see a lot of people, they'll go to like, no disrespect to the ACC, the Big 12, they'll go somewhere and they'll look pretty good. It's just, he was the number one dual threat quarterback 2 years ago. And in his freshman year, he looked pretty good. Florida just sucked. So, where do you think he's going to go?
It's tough to say. It's
Yeah, you
hard
really
to.
don't know.
Yeah, you really don't know where he's gonna go. I
I
can't.
feel like he'll probably either go to Miami, Indiana, Oregon. Who else is somewhere that needs a quarterback? What? How old is Texas Tech's quarterback? He could go there. I mean, I don't know where he's at, but
Honestly, he's either. I'm gonna tell you what he's going. He's either going to stay in
he's
the
going to go
SEC.
somewhere good, I would imagine.
He's either going to stay in the SEC, or if I had to
I
guess,
don't think he'll stay in the SEC. If you were going to do that, you might as well stay at Florida.
well, no, because Florida's really not the place to be at. I mean, there's plenty of other teams
I
that could contend in
mean,
the SEC. So that
I
will
don't
need a
know.
quarterback next year. It's either that or he's going to go somewhere else, Power Four, that actually needs a quarterback that he feels like he can help them go win a championship.
Yeah, I mean, he could always go. I mean, Miami's going to lose Carson Beck. Indiana's going to lose Mendoza. Oregon's going to lose. What's his name?
Dante Moore.
Dante Moore. LSU needs a quarterback.
I mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
there's places to go now.
so if I'm LSU, I don't know. I'd be cautious. I don't know. He was hurt. He didn't look great. So maybe with a but again, Billy Napier, no disrespect, but they suck. So I don't know. Lane Kiffin's, look at the last few quarterbacks he's had. Jackson Dart looked pretty good. I mean, he's had some pretty good quarterbacks. Chambliss looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So Lagway can run around. So maybe I'm sure his phone has been ringing off the hook all day. As soon as he did that, you already know people probably been calling him. What do you think he entered the portal?
Speaking of the portal, I'm really interested to see what big name players go into the portal when the season's over with.
I'm curious to see who leaves Ole Miss. I really am. Let's say they get beat by Georgia. What do? Do you leave Ole Miss and go to LSU? Would you do it?
I think I think some of those guys are probably already considering doing that. Once the season is done for them, they're probably going to be heading to LSU. I could name like my key people who I think are going to go over there, but that's also going to cause a trickle effect because when certain players and positions go over there, players from LSU are going to leave too.
Well, we've already had a few people enter the portal, LSU wise. We need a running back. Caleb Jackson entered the portal. We don't really need a running back because you don't know what they were doing.
I mean, I can't lie to you. If Kawan Lacey was to enter the transfer portal and come to Ole Miss, I mean not Ole Miss, LSU, that'd be big time because he was cooking at Ole Miss this season.
Yeah, he scored 20 times. But I feel like we'll get some defensive pieces. He gonna spend some money. He gonna spend some money. Lane Kiffin ain't shy about that. So he gonna
Oh yeah,
spend the money, and there's ain't no doubt in my mind.
oh yeah.
So anyway, as far obviously, I mean those who won the Heisman. Do you This Heisman race was weird because nobody was really like a clear cut winner.
I felt like that with a lot of the awards. I felt like they were kind of just
You already knew who
they.
was gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, you expected it because I mean he did beat the best team in football. Like you'd have to
and
expect they
they
were going
and
to
they
give him.
are the best team in football. They're the number one team, so it kind of default. I hate to say that, but
It just makes sense. You give it to the best player on the best team. I mean, that's a lot of times how it goes.
you could argue Pavia because he did finish second. He did put Vandy kind of back in contention. I mean,
He just didn't do enough. I think if they would have like made the playoffs and got a bye, and he would have had just a little bit more numbers, he definitely would have won it. But finishing
Yeah.
second, I mean, that's a big shout out to him because I mean he came from the JUCO route and was from New Mexico State. So
Yeah.
I mean, to be on that stage, I mean, you got to pat yourself on the back for that one.
Yeah. I mean, and you made Vandy relevant. I'm real curious to see where Vandy's going to go.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen with Vandy. I think their coach is gonna end up getting a deal from somewhere. He's gonna
You
leave
think
Vandy.
so?
I really think
He's a
about it.
Vandy. He's a Vandy alum. He
I
played at
get that.
Vandy.
I get that. But this is bigger than Van. If somebody throws you a bag to leave Vandy and come coach at like let's say I don't know some big name school
I
that's a
thought
little
Florida
down
was
and
going
out.
to do it.
You literally give Vandy one more year and they do what he did. They do what they did again
Oh
and
yeah, he'll be
somehow make the
somewhere else.
playoffs. He's going to get a bag. He is going to leave. I guarantee it.
Yeah, he'll be it. Yeah, I'm.
But
Yeah,
since we're
yeah,
on the
he could
topic
be
of
a Florida
coaches,
or
since we're on the topic of coaches, I just want to say something to everybody out there who's talking down on Kalen DeBoer and this and that and all this other crazy stuff. Because for some reason, as bad as a coach as everybody's claiming him to be, his name is always linked in every single coaching job that comes open.
I seen that he came out today and said that he had no interest, and you have to say that. But to be honest with you, there's a lot of pressure on him. I mean, you're trying to fill shoes that obviously will never be filled by anybody. I don't care who you
Yeah, for sure.
are. So, from somebody who just seen their coach get fired after winning season, DeBoer's got 2 more years.
Mm,
He made the playoffs. Okay, that's cool. If they get beat by Oklahoma, you know, we can argue all day long. Does Alabama deserve to be in there? Yes, no, whatever. If they get beat by Oklahoma, next year has a lot riding on it. Just,
honestly,
just personally, I mean,
I think
this is
given
Alabama, so obviously all the spotlights. I wouldn't be surprised if he
given the era of football that we're in now, I always talk about the whole instant gratification thing, which is, I mean, it makes sense. Like you said, LSU fired their coach and he's had winning season after winning season. But it's not just about winning seasons anymore. It's about getting to the playoffs and trying to go win a
Yeah,
national championship.
championships. Yeah,
Now, I personally think if the board continues to like make the playoffs and make the progress, then he can be at Alabama for as long as he wants. But if he's in and out of the playoffs, they maybe have a down season here or there. Like, yeah,
if he don't
he'll
win a
be out of
championship
there.
in 2 years, he'll be gone.
Nah, that's
They'll
that's
find
crazy.
somebody else. I mean,
That
well,
is
go ask
ins-
Brian Kelly. Same thing. I mean,
yeah, but you
he
got to
might
think
he
though.
might get another year because I mean, Brian Kelly had a Heisman Trophy winner.
We'll see. But this is the thing though. This is the problem with. Okay, first off, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my spiel on Brian Kelly real quick. Those LSU teams that he had were really good. He had a Heisman winner, yes. He had two really good offensive years, but their defense sucked. Then their defense somehow magically, money wise, of course, gets really, really good, but then their offense is trash. That's what did him in. His team's timelines never lined up. It's like you get the offense, but then you don't have the defense. You obviously need the defense because the offense is there. It's championship worthy, but your defense isn't. You're giving up 30, 40 points a game.
Yeah, so that kind of nipped him in the. I mean, this year, like I don't want to get too much into it, but like this year, a lot of hopes, championships. You know, Nussmeyer winning the Heisman, and then it all came crashing down. Look good,
Now,
come out
it,
and beat Clemson.
on the other
But
hand, if you look,
like I said, DeBoer, he stepped in to shoes that will never be filled. And they got to leave that alone. He's not Nick Saban. There's not a Nick Saban out there. Never will be. They have to leave him alone with that. If that's the case, he might as well just pack his. If they get beat by Oklahoma, he might as well just go to Michigan or wherever.
Honestly, my thing is on it.
Because if that's the case, you're not there. You're never going to be good enough unless you win a championship. And right now, as you can tell, the playing field is level now. There, you have no advantage because I can pay somebody. I can get these good players.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, this guy looks really good. Oh, let me offer him a couple million. He's playing in San Houston State of the Commissary. I'm going to give this guy $1 million and we can go win a championship.
I
The prime
think
example is last year with Ohio State. Quinshawn Judkins led the SEC in rushing 2 years in a row and left to go split carries with Travion Henderson at Ohio State. Caleb Downs left Alabama. Now, I know he left because Saban, stepped away. But he went to Ohio State, just won the Jim Thorpe Award, probably going to be a top first round pick for sure. He's an All American. He's pretty good. So look at Texas Tech. They spent all that money on their defense and they have won every game by 20 plus points.
so.
Nobody really has unless you just don't have money, you just don't have a really good advantage anymore. Everybody can pay players now. People are
So
always saying, I mean, it's not just the SEC getting all these 5 stars and big name recruits. It's anybody can get them now.
So my my thing on a lot of the current coaching landscape is there's just not enough time to build a program. Some people do it overnight, other people it takes a little bit longer, but you aren't given that type of time.
Oh no, you're not.
So
You've got at most, you've probably got one. The biggest thing is that these, I don't want to call them kids, but these guys, they won't give you a chance. If you suck, what do you think Lagway just left Florida for? They suck.
yeah.
He's trying to get drafted just like anybody else. You're the number one recruit, number one dual threat quarterback coming out. Number one, went to Florida. You had a promising freshman year. You get hurt. Florida sucks. They fire their coach, bring in a new guy. We don't know what's happening with that. It's just, it's like you said, just like the NFL. As soon as this guy steps onto your turf or whatever, you're expected to win championships, the Heisman, whatever. And that's a lot of pressure. But the pressure comes when you're paying these guys all this money.
Yeah.
That's why people were all over Arch. He's made all this money, and he sucked. Flat out, he sucked. He finally started to figure it out, but he sucked. And it just goes to show that, I don't agree with the whole. I don't disagree with them making money, but the amount of money some of these guys make is insane. They're making more than NFL starting quarterbacks and starting receivers. They said Jeremiah Smith makes more money than Jackson Smith. He's the best receiver in football right now. That's crazy.
That's just what it's turning into.
So, well, that's why you see when they get to the pros that they don't really care. I've made my money. I've probably made more, unless you're, some guys are just different. But,
Well, that's
a lot
also
of
why
them.
you see situations like the one with the defensive end with the Bengals, because they made this money in college and now they're trying to feel like they can, negotiate different things and like say, hey, I want more money even though I haven't played it down in the NFL.
Yeah. And he hadn't even really been playing because he's hurt. So anyway, I wanna switch subjects just for a second, unless you gotta go. You have time for
No,
a
no, no,
second?
no. Yeah, we good. We good.
Um, it's not about college, it's NFL. So Joe Burrow came out, a lot of speculation about him maybe stepping away. What do you think is like? What do you do? Are you panicking if you're the Bengals organization, or
A little bit, probably.
I don't I don't know. I feel like there's probably obviously there's more to the story, and we don't know. But um, do you think it's the organization, or do you think it's because a lot of people are saying Zach Moss, the running back that they had a couple years ago, he um he came out today and said that the Bengals are the worst organization he's ever been in part with.
I mean, that's definitely saying something. But I mean,
So
again, with some of the news that surrounded them in like the past couple of years, like the whole dispute with Trey Hendrickson's contract and the whole Shamar Stewart thing, like it's obviously it's not a good look.
I can see why you know you're trying to protect your assets too. I get it. I get it. But you got to look at these owners' perspective. You don't play. Brandon Ayuk is a prime example. He didn't play all year, and they took their guaranteed money away from him. Now they haven't even heard from him in a month. So if you don't play, Shamar probably knew he was hurt. I hate to say that. I don't want to say that. But he probably knew he was battling some injuries. He was going to miss some time. So he wanted to go ahead and probably secure a little bit of money before, you get hurt or put on IR. He's been put on IR once. And I know he's been hurt all the time. So I don't know. But anyway, so if you're the Bengals, are you taking the quarterback? I think you kind of have to.
Uh, I mean, to be on the safer side, I would. You probably don't got to go high because you still have to like while Burrow is there, you have to maximize that. But you could take a quarterback like in the mids, like I don't know, 3, 4.
He trading.
Only if he asks for it. Don't just trade him because well, what he said. I mean,
If Minnesota,
there's
if the Vikings came to you and was like, look, we'll give you J.J. McCarthy and 4 future first round picks, but you got to trade Burrow tomorrow. Would you do it?
I probably still wouldn't do it.
I think I would.
Nah.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing with that. As I don't like to see that. I don't know what he's going through. I hope whatever it is, I think it's the injuries. I mean, obviously 6 going into 7 years and you're hurt on and off. You're not helping your team. You did a lot to get T. Higgins and Jamar Chase paid, and here you are hurt again. Your team is eliminated from the playoffs. You kind of suck. So I get it. It's probably a lot of mental stuff. Like I said, you did what you had to do to get T. Higgins and Jamar paid, and that affected you. And now, you got hurt again. So it's probably a lot on it. I'm sure he sees the comments and everything, and I'm sure he wants to play. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I hope he doesn't. But the last thing you want him to do is Andrew Luck. You don't want him to just come out 2 weeks before the season starts. Oh, I'm going to step away.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now you definitely. I don't think he would. Well, I mean, you can't really say he wouldn't do that. I mean, you can't put that past anybody. I mean,
Yeah, you
when
don't know.
it's yeah, on your own
There's people.
time
There's
when
people that retire at halftime. There's
exactly.
plenty
So
of people that do that. Like, oh man, I got. Yeah, I'm done.
I
I
think it's
can't
like
do
you
that.
said. I think the injuries just kind of got to him a little bit. It's just weighing on him. And not only that, I mean, you're pretty much this franchise's hope at winning a Super Bowl because you got
Yeah,
there already.
look,
So
last year you were an MVP candidate. Should have been. I don't know if he was, but he should have been.
yeah, so
And
now that's the expectation. Like you're that good, so now you have to live in that expectation. You have to perform in that expectation. And that's, I mean, again, like you said, that kind of stuff can weigh on you. It's tough.
yeah, it's like I said. Like you just said, you were the number one pick. They did what they had to do to pay your top two guys, and you're not really getting it done. You've had two, almost three career-ending injuries, and you don't really, as a quarterback, he's kind of young. Well, he's getting older, but he as a quarterback, he's kind of young. But eventually you have to say, hey, the injuries are too much. Because as a franchise, as Cincinnati, you have to think about, okay, well, we got to think about our future. Obviously, this guy just can't stay healthy. We got to take a quarterback.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all I got. I don't want to ramble too much. Alabama sucks. Oklahoma by 40. Boomer Sooner.
Hey, at least they made the
The
playoffs and
only
their
thing
coach
that's going
didn't
to be
get fired.
rolling is the pee rolling down Alabama's leg.
That's crazy.
LSU's winning the national championship next year. We got Lane Kiffin.
Imagine having to be an LSU fan and that's your only thing to say at the end of the season is we're going to win the national championship next year.
Well, we got Lane Kiffin.
But nah, that's
that old Miss game week 3 is going to be something.
they gonna have extra security for that game for sure.
It's in Oxford too.
There are gonna be some people who are gonna get thrown out of the game because they're throwing stuff at him while he's walking on the field or whatever. Like
I'm sure.
it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have to. Yeah, they're gonna have security people gonna be throwing mustard bottles, golf balls. Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad. They're gonna have to wrap him like Donald Trump. They're going to have to put him in a plexiglass box.
Man, what?
But yeah, that's all I got.
Yep, no, that'll do it for me too. So if you made it this far in the episode,
We'll see y'all in the Kinder's Texas Bowl. That's where we're playing at.
so for the games that are playing this weekend playoff wise, just tell us who you got and we'll see y'all in the next episode.